I forgot to put in a mic. I also forgot that I have a mic. Hi, and welcome back to the Dead YouTube channel. Hi, I'm very bad. I'm very awkward during introductions. So, welcome back to this almost existing YouTube channel. Uh, okay. So, I was in a hibernation mode and I'm back. Hopefully, like, I can never promise that I will be regular because I never am, which I'm trying to change, which I have been trying to change every time I say it, so fuck it. So, I have a lot of reading updates. I have read a lot. I am on book 25 of 2025, which according to me is a decent amount of books that I've read. Yeah. So, just a heads up, like during this break or hiatus, I have been recording and reading, but like I have been procrastinating if I should upload them or not, if I should edit them or not. So you will see past Vishaka clips here and there of me reading and ranting about books. Could range from February, not January, February and March, April, May, June. So yeah, see you. And old Vishaka will be very quirky, whatever. Just be kind to her. That's it. And reading update now. I'm reading Purple Cow. Still, I haven't started it. I will start it today. It's about marketing. Like Seth Godin is the godfather of marketing, or at least as much as I know. I have read one book by him. This is marketing. It was basically psychology of marketing, and I believe I will get good insights from it because I am a marketing professional, if you don't know. And the second is Peter Schlemel. It's a German book translated in English, and I believe it was first published in 1813 during the French Revolution. And like this person was influential, like from a noble family, and this is his, like this was originally written for children's book, but because it was written in 1813 during the French Revolution, I know it's much more than a children's book. Well, actually it's not a children's book. It was intended to be written for children, but the themes are pretty mature in this. So yeah, I think I will finish this today. I have not started it yet. I am on the author profile, author section, and like as you can see, the font is pretty big, and it is only 120 pages. So yeah. Also, these two I got from Lock the Box book sale by Bookshore. I have some clips from that visit. I was actually the first customer, and they were kind enough to give me extra book. Like I was trying to fit in these 16 books in this small box. Like for context, Lock the Box book sale is a book sale where you buy a box and you pay for the box. Like the smallest box price is 1200 rupees, and you do not pay for the individual books, you pay for the box. So you are eligible to buy as much books as you can fit into that box. So last time I was trying really hard, and I fit in 12 books for 1200 rupees. So I like per book it cost me around 100. This time your girl fit in 16 books. Don't know how. Like my strategy was, like I will cover this in another vlog. Yeah, I fit in 16 books, and every book cost me around 80 to 85 rupees. Like this one is worth rupees 400 or 600 on Amazon, and I was actually contemplating buying it because I have just joined a very big company, and like there are a lot of expectations, at least from what I can understand. So I've been willing to read a lot of marketing books, and I saved so much money from this. And this is like, I will rant about this in another vlog. Bye bye and enjoy. Behave. I just got back from work and I have some book mails to show you. And I got this for so much discount. I got 3 books for rupees 271, and these are really very expensive books. I don't know how they were on so much discount, but best believe if there is any discount, it's not safe from me. I'm coming for you, dear discount. So first I got this book, Bored Gay Werewolf by Tony Santarolia, and it's a pretty recent book and it's a satire on toxic masculinity. And let me read the blurb. Brian, an aimless slacker in his 20s, has been struggling to manage his transition to adulthood almost as much as his monthly translations to a werewolf. Really, he's not great at the whole werewolf thing, and his recent murders and accidents have got his best friends Nick and Darby suspicious and caught the attention of Tyler, a hot, weird entrepreneur with a startup idea for the mythological wellness market. Tyler wants Brian to be part of his vision, but as the two get closer and Brian drifts further from his friends, it becomes clear that Tyler's plans are much more nefarious than a little divine enlightenment. Daily Mail has to say, it's a good book. An ungodly joy from start to finish. Definition of reading for pleasure. We loved it. Yeah, I kind of agree with this definition of reading for pleasure. Like, the title sounds so funny, so intriguing. That is the reason why I picked up this book. Also, the fact that it was on massive discount. It is retails for rupees 499 and got it for rupees 87, something between these two. And like, if I finish the book that I'm reading tonight, I'll pick this one up for sure. Next, I got this book, Mother's Instinct by Barbara Abel, and it is a movie adaptation cover, which I really don't like, but it was on massive discount. It was also for somewhere around rupees. It was also for rupees 87. Yeah. A coworker of mine told me that this book, the movie adaptation, is so good, and since the movie is so good, I believe this book is going to be way more better than the movie, like the twists. And yeah, it's been a while since I read a thriller, so really happy with my purchase. It retails to rupees 450 and I got it for rupees 85 or 87. So I got The Amendments. It's an Irish novel by Niamh. I don't know how to pronounce this. Irish accents, pronunciation of names are really different. So Niamh Mulvey, and I'm butchering the name. It probably sounds like it should sound something really different, because I read somewhere on the internet that Irish names have really difficult pronunciation and often we butcher their names. It's an LGBTQ book about a lesbian couple and their journey to conceive a child. Not conceive, their parental journey and the difficulties. This is also an LGBTQ book, probably. Like, I know this is a satire on toxic masculinity, but it says gay. 2 LGBTQ books. Like, I have decided I will make a separate shelf for my LGBTQ books, and it will be easier for me to spot these books when the Pride Month comes. Yeah, I'm a huge ally, and I have always wanted LGBTQ friends. Like, I'm really happy with my purchase, and best believe I will start this book tonight as soon as I finish Rebecca. Yeah, I have a reading update. Let me show you. So, I'm currently reading Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and it's probably a 5-star read. It's going to, like, I'm going to finish in the next half hour or so, and it's a 5-star for me. Oh my god, the language, the descriptions, and oh my god, I just love this book. I just wish I would have picked it so earlier, but my copy of this book is literally falling apart. It's an excuse to buy a new copy. I will buy a new edition of this book, and I read the hell out of it, because since it started falling apart, I stopped annotating. Like, I have put 2 tabs, but even when I was underlining, the page was tearing. So I am back with yet another book haul for you guys. Actually, it's for me only. I'm just showing you, but whatever. So I recently went to the Mayday bookstore sale. It's a bookstore in Patel Nagar, Delhi, and it's famous for its leftist ideologies or just support. I'm not sure, but yeah, they had a lot. Like, the book sale that I went to was for Russian literature, and I really wanted to get my hands on books by Anton Chekhov, Leo Tolstoy, uh, Fyodor Dostoevsky, and a lot of famous names that I know and can't name it right now. I can't recall them. But yeah, Russian literature is something that I want to get into this year. And so I was really excited. But this book sale was mainly for uh, yeah, Russian literature, as I mentioned. So the timing was from 4 p.m. and I reached the venue, like the bookstore, at 4:30, and by that, almost all of the Russian books were gone, like vanished. The whole stack was empty. Books that were up for sale, and I was really sad because the books that were left, a few, like 4 or 5 of them were really vintage copies and they were really expensive and they were out of my budget, because I saw in some people's vlogs about book sale of Mayday bookstore, and they got books for rupees 10, 20, 30, like this amount of books. And the books that were left there when I reached there were around 300 to 400. They were really precious vintage copies that are not easy available. I guess they were collectibles, but whatever. And all of them were about Chinese revolutionaries, and yeah, I talked to some people there and I kind of complained. I just said to that person, like, why are there so much Chinese books here? And she said, dude, this is a leftist bookstore, you know, right? And I did not know, and I felt like a fool. But that bookstore has a lot of second-hand bookshelves. A whole section is for second-hand books, and they were really, really affordable. And I browsed for like 1 to 2 hours there, and I got really, really good books. Actually, I was going to buy a lot more, but just control myself. So I'm starting from the most priciest one to the most cheapest ones. So yeah, first book is What I'd Rather Talk About, but What I'd Rather Not Talk About by Gente Postuma. I still do not know anything about this book. The only reason that sold me is it's a Booker Prize long distance book, and I got it for rupees 250 only, but it is a really expensive book. I'm actually planning to pick this up real soon. It's about overconsumption. Let me read the blurb. There is no blurb, but just a phrase of the book. By my 27th birthday, I owned 142 sweaters, and it was high time I saw a therapist. From what I can understand and what is visible on the cover, it's about overconsumption, and I hope it's about climate change and the effect that fast fashion industry has on it, and what it says about your mentality, your personality, your mental struggles if you get dopamine, instant happiness, satisfaction only from buying clothes, looking new every day, every once in a while. Yeah. The second book that I got is My Armenian Friend by Andre McKean. And first, when I just saw this, I just saw my friend, and I thought, ooh, is this My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante? But no, it's not. But it's a very highly rated book on Goodreads. It has a 4.1 rating. But yeah, it is a hardcover, and I got it for rupees 150 only. And this is going to be a very sad and emotional book. The blurb says nothing about this book. Frenching novel that is at once an incredible portrait of friendship, a coming-of-age tale, and a dive into the memory of the Armenian genocide by the Ottoman Empire. I was thinking it's about World War II, but it's again a very emotional read. I got The Female of the Species by Lion and Shiver for rupees 50 only. She's the author of We Need to Talk About Kevin. My sister highly praises that book, and I never picked that up. But look at this. This is so floppy. Again, I know nothing about this book, and I plan to keep it that way. It's a very pretty book. That's that. I'm sorry I'm not telling you a lot about this book, because honestly I have not yet researched about this book. Just picked up this book on random. And I got The Fate of the Earth. It's non-fiction about art, science, I guess climate change, nature. I got this for rupees 25 only, and it's a really highly rated non-fiction book. It has almost yellowing pages, which I in fact love. And the cover looks so classy. I might pick this up very soon, because I am in the mood of reading a lot of non-fictions lately. Like this, the fact that I am not reading a lot of non-fiction is concerning me, because I am a person who enjoys non-fictions from time to time. Yeah.
most of us do nothing. We look away, we remain calm. We take refuge in the hope that the Holocaust won't happen and turn that to our individual concerns. We deny the truth that is all around us. Indifferent to the future of our kind, we grow indifferent to one another. We drift apart. We grow cold. We drowse away towards the end of the world. Oh, I was thinking it's about nature, but it's a lot different than I had imagined. It's about Holocaust and the changes it brought on this earth and what it says about the future of this earth. Okay, makes sense. Well, then I got this for rupees 25 only, Bakalganj Ke Sayyid by Asghar Wajahat. I have, like, when I went to the World Book Fair, I wanted to buy a lot of Hindi books from Hindi publications, but due to my time constraints and fatigue, I did not go to their stall and missed my chance of buying Hindi books. But I finally got a good deal on a Hindi book from Mere Bookstore. It's written in Kissa Goi format, and Kissa Goi is an old format of writing books. Like, from what I know, it's almost extinct these days. So yeah, really excited to read this. And after a long time, I will be reading a Hindi book. And I got The Day the Whale Came by Lynn Cox for rupees 20 only. Pretty short read, and ever since I read what was that book by Ernest Hemingway which has a whale in it, ever since I read that, whales have been attractive to me. Love the books that have the name of animals on their cover, or even as characters or main characters. Yeah, really excited. It's a pretty short read. Howard's End by E.M. Foster. I got this book from Amazon for rupees 107 only, and it's from Om Classics. I like this book covers, but I have seen that they become yellow so fast. I have 4 or 5 books in this edition, in this format. Yeah, really, like, this year I want to read a lot of E.M. Foster books. Basically, modern classics, because I read a lot of classics but not modern classics. So yeah, let's start with the book that I'm currently reading, and it's Board Gay Werewolf. I know, like, the title is the first thing that struck to me, and then I looked up some reviews on Goodreads online, and this felt like a pretty decent read. And I am now 150 pages in, and like, I don't know where this is going. I read somewhere that this is about toxic masculinity, like the capitalism of the business of making you more masculine or whatever. Like, I do get a little bit of vibe like this is going in that direction, but the writing is very stale and I'm not enjoying it. Like, it's not humorous, it's not funny. It's just, I'm not enjoying this as of now. I'm almost 50% done. No, more than 50%. I have only 100 pages left, and let's see where it goes. It's a pretty simple read. It should have taken me just 2 days, but because I'm not enjoying it, I just detest picking it up. And I have, like, it's been 3 days and I have read only 150 pages. But yeah, I like the title, I like the idea behind it. But like, the one biggest positive thing that I can take from this book is I am reading something contemporary. This is a recently published book, and yeah, it's not that popular, and yeah, I got it for pretty cheap on Amazon. And yeah, just like, I am someone who reads books that are already very famous and established, and like, I know that they are good books, but finding a new book and discovering that, yeah, I really enjoy this and that, like, this is something new to me, like reading contemporary fiction. So before that, I finished Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and this is my almost crumpling copy. I got it from Sunday Book Market in Dayaganj for, I guess, ₹50, and yeah, while I was reading it, it literally fell apart. I have taped it to make it better. But yeah, this was a 5-star read for me. I just loved it. As soon as I finished this book, I watched the movie adaptation of this book, and my god, do I love Lily James and Armie Hammer. I know, like, the whole lore behind hating him for being a cannibal, but he was exactly as I've imagined the male protagonist Max him to be. Just so sweet. Like, oh my god, just love this book. And like, I think the first line of this book will remain forever, like, etched in my heart. And it is, last night I dreamt I was in Manjali again. And this was gifted to the wife of someone, Mr. Kumar Prabha. I don't know if you can read it. With love to my ever dearest and sweetest loving wife Prabha, from Kumar. 16th February 1973. So I guess this could be your Valentine's Day gift in 1973. Yeah. Oh my god. I do want to talk in detail about this book, and I want to read this book again in October. Like this, I want to reread again. Oh my god. About a 20ish something girl who is a companion, sort of a maid to a gentle lady, and she is an orphan and she has no one. And one day she meets this man who is popularly known to be the widower of a very famous girl, Rebecca. They were like the perfect couple, publishing in newspapers. Like they hosted so many parties. Their home was famous as one of the biggest homes in UK, Mandalay. So we see like they are opposites of each other, and they have such a age gap, and she is very conscious of herself and the gap that they have in terms of age, financial standards, upbringing, connections, personalities, the way they speak, the way they walk, the way they carry themselves, and everything. And oh my god, I just feel so sorry and so related, so sympathetic to her. And throughout the novel we do not know her name, because that essentially highlights the insignificance of second Mrs. De Winter, and she keeps comparing herself to the first wife of Maxim. And my god, she was wrong. He never loved her. And the confidence, the personality flip that happens when she realizes that, oh, I'm the first woman he has loved. Like he actually loves me. It does not matter that he had a first wife. What matters is there was no love in their marriage, and there is love. And she is an unreliable narrator, because we are seeing world through her eyes. So she believes that he does not love her, but when in fact he adores her. And I can like I read some reviews in which people like said that he did not love her, whatever. But I strongly believe that he loved her. It's just that like I'm not trying to justify his behavior or whatever, but he is someone who has been in a failed marriage from his youth, and he does not know what real love is, what real marriage is, companionship is. And coming from that, he finds someone so young. He does not know how to love or express how to love, because he has never done that. And he slowly learns all of that slowly. And oh my god, I just love their story as a couple, from zero to being so strong together. And yeah, the movie was really beautiful. Like I don't know why people were hating on the new movie adaptation, the 2020 movie adaptation, but to me it was perfect. Yes. Hi. Okay. Last night I finished this little book, and oh my god, this book has my heart. Like, can you guys believe I bought this book for only rupees 62 or 65 from Amazon? It was, I don't know why the price was so much on discount, but yeah, it worked for me. And I'm that person who is always looking for discounts on Amazon, on Bookspeak. So yeah, a deal like this cannot be missed by me. So this is a fantasy book by Zulekha A. Afzal. I actually had a little chat with this author, so I tagged her on my Instagram story, and yeah, it was just an exchange of 2-3 messages. She wished me all the best to read this book and share my thoughts, and I said, oh yes, I'll make sure to write a review on Stable. Yes. So let's talk about the book. So this is a book about a dancer plus assassin, and yeah, it is an imaginary world called Amir, and the people here have powers, magic. When they dance, they produce sort of magic, and the rarest form of magic is of the elemental form, which our protagonist, our little heroine, has. She has the ability to produce fire, and her mother, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, her mother was like the general of the army. I like the fact that not the most, but a lot of assassins are females in this book. A fact that I really appreciate. And I actually wrote some points about this book. Yeah. So how would I define this book in a one line? It is like, this is Dark Academia, but make it brown, South Asian. Our heroine Asira is tanned, dusky, muscular. I hope she is. I'm not sure if it is like her physical attributes are described so much, but yeah. The palace, the sand, the desert, the descriptions of morning, as it is in the title, dawn. Just, I don't know, this just hit me. Like the descriptions of her and her mother training early in the morning, like it felt so real. The descriptions of morning, especially, that the author has. I'm sure she's an early bird also. Like while I was reading this book, I really I guessed that there is so much in depth not in depth, but this obviously revolves around dancing. So like I guess the author must be a dancer also, and yes, she's a ballet dancer. Genius. Yeah, so let me read from my note. Yeah, it gives me Prince of Persia vibes. Also the dance sequence all gives me like, there is this song in the movie Padmavat, it gives me those vibes. I wanted to talk about this in my monthly wrap up of February, but I never finish books, I never finish filming. So yeah, if I'm getting this chance right now, I might well let's talk about it in detail. Yeah, and Assassin reminds me of Inej from Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone, yes. Okay, Six of Crows, but yeah, in the show it's in Shadow and Bone. Like when I was reading this book, I was imagining her as Inej, like brown, not brown, brown skin, black, thick hair, coal in her eyes, like, you know, brown beauty. Yeah. Also, the partition of two countries in this reminds me of India-Pakistan partition for some reason, and yeah, makes sense because it was one country before partition, and to like the people, it gives the vibes that like there were some inside traitors. There is no actual war. People don't hate each other. It's the misinformation which I feel in the current scenario. In the past as well, this has been going through with India and Pakistan. Yeah, also like a lot of the chapter ends in such cliffhangers. Like my mother was like, I just love this kind of writing style where you build the suspense in every chapter and the ending is like I want to read the next chapter before sleeping. Yeah. Oh my god, I finished this book in 3 days. Can you imagine? Like I have a 9-hour job and I have to travel for 1.5 hours both ways, and in that too I managed to finish it in 3 days. It's like it's a very big thing for me, achievement for me. Yeah, there is this necklace in this book which has this sun sign, and oh my god, I just want this. I just want that necklace so bad, and I'm not like planning to, but yeah, if I go to Sarojini one day, I haven't been to Sarojini ever, even though I've been living in Delhi from 2017 almost. Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, necklace. I want this sun-shaped necklace. Yeah, also like when I was reading this book, I went to Pinterest so much, like the description of water, like a palace in desert covered with sand, but also there is a river flowing, there is like so much water. It reminds me of like Taj Mahal, but make it deserted. Yeah, there. Yes, that was my little rant. And as soon as I finished this one, I picked, like I did not pick this up like instantly. I chose almost 10 books, like my possible next reads, and I read the blurb of every book and the first sentence of every book, but like I was hooked on this one. Yes, this is The Alienist by Caleb Carr. This is a pretty famous book about a detective, and like this has so much trigger warnings in it. It is about the investigation of serial killings of male prostitutes. Like in Seven and in Usual Suspects and in Murder too, like you see a lot of killings of female prostitutes in a lot of movies, but male prostitutes, like I don't think I've ever heard of male prostitutes being targeted in any of movies or books. This is set in 1980s or 1950s. Like this is a classic. So at that time, like I have only read 12 pages of books, and it gave me a lot of like vibes of that serial killer, that London Victorian era killer, Ripper. This is a big boy. This like 522 pages, yeah, 534 pages, and